Hi, this is Norcaffeine and welcome to Tropico 5. So, I just did a video on the update and the release of the first DLC for Tropico 5, the Big Cheese. Now, the Big Cheese is free for you who, as me, pre-ordered the game before it launched, of course. You get this DLC for free. Otherwise, you have to shell out €3 or $2.99. I'm not sure if that's like $4 or $5 and £2 maybe for this DLC. So quite not that much, but still you have to pay for content. Well, that's how life is. Anyways, if you look past that, we can make ourselves go into the game. And now we will probably see a cutscene, so I will probably leave it running for your pleasure only.
To earn immortality, a man can write his name in the scrolls of history with either blood or cheese. Being a good-willed yet-to-be dictator, I chose cheese. For generations, I will be remembered as the creator of the Tropican cheese. Our cheese will be better, much better than the old-worldly types that everyone is fed up with. My cheese will be the cheesiest, the noblest of all foods. The manna of heavens.
Cheese! It turns barbarians into gentlemen and gentlemen into barbarians, depending on the occasion.
Okay, excuse me, I'm actually eating some cheese right now. Ah, very fitting. Okay, so as we see, and you probably noticed the double rainbow, triple rainbow, holy shit. Yeah, this is a fairly interesting island, as you can see. Notice on the minimap, I think this is another player location, as you can see. There seems to be like a plantation here. That's with all the maps on the when you play single player, which is strange. Must have happened during development. Well, anyways, there's not that many mining locations, or well, it still is 9, but it's not a typical mining island. As you can see, it's fairly flat. A nice volcano here for geothermal power production during the modern times, which is fairly nice. Otherwise, a few fishing and oil spots on the offshore here, and as well as over here. And the you would think the logging is or not exclusive, but fairly good. There are only some hot spots. I would not dare to say this is the best logging island, although there is a fair amount of trees. But that's not the main mission here. Let's start again.
Greetings, old.
I will buy a trade license from the
Greetings,
Dutch.
old boy.
And you have to build a goat ranch. So, as he just said, you have to make cheese. Lots of cheese. 120,000. And I will say this right off the bat here, that the colonial era is as far as you go. You will not get up into the World War era. At least that did not happen in the game I played earlier, which took me fairly long time to complete. Normally I would be in the World War era by then, but I wasn't, so you will be stuck around here. So you may have to be, and I also almost failed, but if it wasn't for the mandate extension you get from being close to failing, you only get that once, so be careful. I would be quite dead, so to speak. So I'm not sure if spacing between the ranches is any good, but I will be just doing that for the hell of it. Because I always place them squeezed in together. Maybe some space around will make the land deterioration go slower? I'm not really sure. But we will put some milk production into place. And here we have it, the creamery. It's in the industry goods labeled industry part, not the luxury. It's a really cheap industry building compared to the other ones, which costs a lot. And it produces cheese from milk, which is a fairly cheap resource, so to speak. So, and it looks very nice. It looks like a rather big farm building, actually. So it's a suitable building to have next to your farming stuff if you are into the aesthetics of your island. But I will just place it right there. There we go, we have the work cut out for us. So I will just put my inventor into there. I don't care much for how these are researched in what kind of line they are researched in, but we'll just make it like this. And now we just have to wait for the industry to, or the goats rather, to pop up. Once you have the cheese, I mean the milk going, the cheese will come quickly, which is also nice. We will want to place, maybe not a mentor right there, just put the magnate there. The magnate is a mine and
His
oil.
Royal Majesty has
I take the colonist. Is a mine and oil person. Although since the magnate here is part of my dynasty, you get the +10 modificator for effectiveness since it's a dynasty member, no matter what kind of skill he or she has. I'll put the mentor in this place.
Technological progress.
We will be building a library soon. Let's see here. No trade routes that will benefit us in any kind of way. Not yet, at least. I can see the cheese being a really good resource once you get to the point where you can have factory farms and you are doing cattle. You will already be producing shitloads of milk and meat. Meat by itself sells for a lot, considering it's a primary resource, and the milk is really cheap and kind of crappy. So turning it into cheese is a real nice substitute. I think cheese sells for 1,200 per 100 unit or so. Or not per 100 unit, per 1,000 I think, which is not too bad, considering the fact that this only takes like 4 workers, and it produces its resource from milk, which is a really cheap one. But as you can see, we are already churning out the milk.
Bad news, old.
We also have to export some milk. Let's just build ourselves another ranchero.
Bad news, old chum. The Empire's strategic reserves of milk have been drained. His Majesty fears that this will have a serious impact on his afternoon tea.
The entire Empire mourns the loss caused by a massive milk spill. I know that you were set to begin your cheese production, but we have to address this problem first. You must restock our milk supply in order to save the afternoon tea for all mankind. Milk in the tea. I've never understood that. I think it's gross. It just goes from being some clear brown fluid to some strange mix between poop brown and chocolate brown. I'm not sure. I have milk in the coffee. I like that, but in the tea, nope. I just don't get it. But anyways, it will not be a problem.
Great news.
Although I can see how the producers or the developers wanted this to be.
Cheese is a commodity.
Yeah, and then you get like you have to build many different food production buildings to increase the commodity price. What I was about to say is that they will be putting obstacles in your way. The thing
His
is though,
Royal Majesty has instructed.
no matter if you have like 2 or 3 cheese creameries here, there will always be a surplus of milk, or not always, but logically if the milk production is higher than the consume of the creameries. So I always have milk to spare, unless I build more creameries than there are ranches. So we have the creamery. Let's just sink the speed here just a tad bit. Maybe build ourselves some other ranch. bit out of civilization here, and maybe another plantation just to get some more food production. I'm not too concerned about the placing here because, as I already said, we are going to be stuck in the whatchamacallit, colonial era for the remainder of this mission, which is all okay by me. Which is the first mission, I think, or the well, this is the only mission, but this is interesting that you have to be in the colonial era for the whole time. So reputation, you don't really have to bother with that. Having some military is always nice because things will still be invading you, events like pirates and such, and so forth. But it seems like everything is on tracks. 5 unemployed people, and the first upgrade we can afford is the butter churner. Provides entertainment for the workers in the creamery. Cheap one, why not just buy it? So that's like a woman churning butter, and all the other women will be loving to see that. I have no problem with the thought of my women looking queerly at other women, so to speak. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. Let's place down a grocery. Some more housing. Housing isn't really that much of a deal right at this moment, but why the heck not? Maybe not. Let's see. Place a road there. And then a Catholic missionary. Almost in the minus, or we are going in the minus in the moment. Sad story. And we gain
With the
another...
milk crisis averted, it is time to get back to making cheese, my good chum. His Majesty demands it.
Yeah. So we exported 3,000 units of milk. The Crown's milk reserves are back in action. Let's just see the resource overview here. By far, the amount of milk we produce is almost 15,000, but we only consume 2,000 units. That will increase, I am sure, but for the moment it
Someone
isn't.
stole my manuscript.
So we can always just buy ourselves another creamery, because the increased production of cheese is alpha omega to win this scenario. Actually, I should have taken the man-made extensions just for the hell of it. Not necessarily for the hell of it, but for the safety's sake, that if something happens, I will have plenty of time to rectify myself. Rectify. Rectify. But anyways, we are going on. Let's see. Cheese will export. Okay, cheese isn't that good of a... And it's in the agricultural food. It's not down in the industry goods. Oh, it is as well. Very strange. But I think milk sells for like 300 default price, and cheese is then a bit higher. Let's just export cheese to the West India Company. 140,000 units. By Joe, that's a lot of cheese. And let's just place our landlord in here. We have the inventory there, of course. We gained a lot more of workers, so yeah, we are building a plantation over here, so they will be employed.
Presidente,
yeah, we can't really afford sending anyone to educate. Not that I really feel like I need it, but it would be nice to level up my last few dynasty members, but screw them. ATM. And now that we have things sorted out for the most part, you can see there is one fish tile down here, or not fish tile, but fish resource, and there's 2 over here. So what we should do is to place down a wharf over here, and then explore this part so we can place down a wharf over here and finish this quest.
Is a commodity.
To get that out of the way, and that will also increase the commodity price. A reminder is that we are not out to sell the most cheese. We are going to earn the most money from cheese. So finishing these quests that increase the commodity price is really important. Which will be the default price, not what the trade routes are worth. So bear that in mind as well. We have a grocery. We're almost reaching 100 people. Low approval, well, screw the people. Let's see here.
From the times of the Roman Empire, the consumption of cheese has always been closely associated with bloody gladiatorial battles, when the blood soaked the soil and the cries of the dying filled the air. The masses became utterly consumed with the thought of buying and devouring unseemly amounts of cheese.
Okay, we will strike the heart of the biggest cheese industry in the Caribbean, the Venezuelans and their beaver cheese. We just need to be ready for the bloody outcome. Have a military fort is the objective, and you get to insult the Venezuelan beaver cheese. What a joy! Yeah, I was actually thinking about that. You can basically milk any mammal that's alive, because mammals are born outside of an egg, not inside. Like chickens and other kind of birds, for example, or fish.
Our research team.
So they will be dependent on the milk from the mother. So, and that's basically what we are drinking from the cow. It's the mother milk, or what? Not mother milk. Yeah, but you get my drift here. So you can like make dog cheese, I guess, but that sounds nasty. Or it necessarily doesn't have to be nasty. But yeah, the thought of it may stigmatize some people. I, for one, am quite, what should I call it, reluctant to try that out if I get presented the opportunity. But ooh, here's a coal mine. I didn't really... Oh shit. I played this on a sandbox mission just the other day, and I completely overlooked the coal and started to import it. That was kind of stupid of me. Well, now I know. The more you know, the better. And here's the creamery I ordered next, the number 2. Come on! Put it up.
Technological progress is the...
There we go.
Congratulations, my good chum. His Majesty is very pleased with your cheese-making progress and has bestowed upon you the title of King of all Cheese.
From here on, now you'll be known as the Monarch of Cheddar, Tsar of Cyrene, Sovereign of Gouda, Protector of Brie, Duke of Mozzarella and Parmesan, Defender of Feta, His Most Cheesy Goodness, and King of all Cheese. Yeah. Cheddar is good. I never tasted Cyrene. Gouda Ost, Ost is basically a Norwegian for cheese. I would love to taste that. Brie, I'm eating that right now. Mozzarella, I love. Parmesan is good on pasta, but otherwise it's kind of very strong. I love feta cheese. That's goat cheese, by the way, from Greece. His most cheesy goodness, well, yeah. So, only good cheese, I assure you. I'm really not sure what you're producing right here. Let's just see what the creamery description says. The national producer of fine cheese for the gentry and the poverty-stricken too. Tropican cheese is reputed to stand alone as the best tasting cheese in the world, even better than Venezuelan beaver cheese. Okay. So the cheese is best. Logically, this is Tropico, so it should be. Or else. But, yeah, let's just quick build this. We have a lot of cash. Although that is something I deserve to be beaten in the ass for. Just spending all my cash on insta-building. And let's just get the library ordered as well.
Ah, the new flavor we added to our cheese requires the opinion of an expert degustator to gain leverage on the international cheese market. Be careful. Customers can be very capricious.
Who gets to taste our new fish-flavored cheese for the poverty-stricken? Yuck. The pirates.
The pirate captain blew a gasket after tasting our cheese. He says that this hogwash is the biggest insult he's ever received.
To be fed hogwash. The pirates will attack Tropico within 6 months. Luckily, there's a bounty on their heads worth 5,000. So I assume I can pay them off. Oh, no. I get paid for surviving. That is. The problem is we have no military, and I think the trigger is being... yeah, we're kind of in a bad spot here. Between a rock and a hard place, that's for sure. Build a library, gents. Let's just put the inventory in there for the moment. And the tactician, I'm not sure. In the dock, why not? Let's just get the dock, the ship to come quicker. Quick. Yeah, I'm kind of afraid that this will fuck me up. There's the inventor, fire, then hire.
Although I detest I find it insulting that we have a king of cheese, but we don't have a queen of...
Why not just give myself the right? Crap, I think we'll be screwed big time here. Let's just put these on the highest building order. Why not increase the salary of the constructors so that they will be more pleased with their work and work harder? Of course. I think we will just scrape. Ah, god damn it. Oh well, there's only one. Oh,
Whoa.
by the way, we have the palace
What?
guards.
Great news! We found out how to...
And there comes the forge. So maybe I should just cancel the construction.
To the rest of the Europeans, the New World is a place of exotic beauty and mysticism.
Yeah, so we have a coffee mission right there, which is to build coffee plantations.
To the rest
I assume we
of
will have some sort of coffee flavored cheese, which kind of sounds interesting. I'm not sure how that would taste. Yeah, the warfare is going to go to shit.
Our land is untamed and...
Well, luckily, oh, we're almost, yeah, we're basically done with these. Ah, balls.
Thanks to your efforts.
Oh well, I take the educated citizens. And let's see, where can we grow coffee? Almost outside the discovered borders, sadly enough. Let's get this crack-lacking. And maybe a Teamster office as well. Let's see here, we have 13,000 of cheese revenue. Let's increase that, and let's see. Yeah, the soil deterioration is really
Your
fast.
cheesy highness, His Majesty is organizing a fondue party and requires much of your most excellent cheese.
Yeah. Sure you understand, you need to entertain your subjects from time to time. I'm sure that your intention is somewhere in the middle. Yeah. So we have to send him, or we just have to basically export cheese. We won't lose the income of it. We'll just have to do it. Let's see here. Yeah, the commodity price, you can, or the default price was 500 and something. It's now 888. So the increase from the wharfs really helped that out. And I just realized we need another coffee plantation here. That's almost the only fitting place at the moment before I have to send a expedition. But yeah, so we are building up the coffee plantations. We're exporting half of the cheese, or maybe not, we'll just have to wait for that trade ship.
I sat with three other
maybe
men.
not. We exported half of the cheese we needed to. We are building up the coffee plantations. We need a military fort soon. And the revenue is far from completed here. So, with that said, I think I will be ending the episode at this place. And continue on the next one. And probably maybe finish it, because the commodity price will increase like... boom! And the cheese will then be sold at a nice, tidy price. So, with that said, thank you for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you like to see. And I will be seeing you the next time. Goodbye.